Hey everybody, Annie G here. So, sorry you're not going to see my face in this video, but as I told you guys, I was going to open up my compost bins and show you guys what's going on in here. I have some greens growing over here. Let me just show you guys. So I got these bins for 11 bucks from Home Depot. And they're pretty big. You know, you can grow multiple things in here, so they're awesome. But in this one particular, I decided to only grow one thing, which is my collard greens, only because the collards get really nice and big, like the leaves, and it comes out really nice. So I just wanted to see how that comes out. And I put here some turnip greens and some kind of a mustard lettuce. So I'm hoping to see how that turns out. This is my first time actually doing a winter harvest, so I'm very, very curious. Okay, so back to the composting. So let me just tell you guys, getting the bins was, not very difficult. You can use any household product that you have, or at the stores if you see anything for sale, or the 99-cent store, Dollar Tree, whatever. Now, I have a cat, so I'm always having these litter boxes, and they were perfect. I got, you can get a nail drill, or you can get a soldering iron, and I actually made these with a soldering iron. All these holes that you see, and I have some holes on the bottoms of these all around, like so the sides and the back of it as well. Same with this one. This has the most holes, so this goes all the way also through the back, but for the black one on top, it does not have any holes. I did not put any holes on the top because I wanted the worms and anything eating to be secured from rain, even though we don't really get that much rain out here, but still. And I'm in Southern California, so yeah, it doesn't really rain much. But I have seen a lot of people who, they don't live anywhere where it gets really hot, I guess. So they don't have this many holes. There's a lot of people who don't have any holes in their bins. So, or in their compost bins, I mean. So that's something to keep in mind. I have a lot of holes. It's not just for drainage, but it's also because over the summer, whether you believe in climate change or not, that's not what this video is about, but, we have been getting a lot hotter summers, way past 100 degrees easy. And so these guys won't do well. They need air circulation, so that's what all of these holes are on there for. There's holes, I made all of them, everywhere, so they can, have nice circulation, so they don't want to escape or die, because I don't want to harm them. I need them as much as they need me. So let's get this baby open and check this out. Again, I got this one from Home Depot, these bins from Home Depot. The soil was very inexpensive from there too. And these I just had already. So again, anything you have that works. These are about, I think, 12.5 gallons. Let's see. No, I'm not sure how much that is. But yeah, not bad size. And this one is a 15-gallon. So let's check these guys out. They should not be on the top. Make sure they're not there as well. Okay. So, let me get my shovel. All right. So what I had done is just put a lot of food scraps in here, as you can see, and the worms are here somewhere. Oh, here's some right there. Here's one. Here's some more. So they're doing their job there. And these are pretty big worms, I don't want to harm them. But, you know, they're pretty big and fat worms. So what they do is just eat everything up. Ooh, look how big that one is. That's a big one. Cover these guys up. Just like that. I need to add some more leaves in here. Probably. And there you go. That is a compost bin. So I'm just gonna, or I will actually just cover them back up like this for now. So let me just talk to you guys a little about what to put in your compost bins for when you want to compost. And you just put this on top or any kind of cardboard to make them feel more secure and sheltered. You know, I have birds, so I don't want them to be harmed, so I'm going to just cover that lightly. So something good to keep in mind is, you know, I highly don't recommend anything cooked to put in or anything, but anything that used to be like a plant or a vegetable or a fruit, awesome to put inside. The whole purpose is for it to be in a compost, so it's hydrogen and nitrogen. You know, there's a scientific method behind it. And if you have too much greens, then that's when you get a smell. This does not smell. This smells really good and like soil, you know. It doesn't smell bad. It's not supposed to smell bad. That's the point. If it smells bad, that means you need to add some more leaves or paper or anything of the sort to it. So that's what you do. And, you know, I got the worms from Petco. Again, as I said, you know, I felt so bad that every single worm over there was like dead. So I recommend anyone who wants to get the worms, if you don't have it already in your garden or your soils around you, to definitely go to your stores, because the poor guys are dying out over there for no reason, you know, and they're so important for our ecosystem. So how I made this is, when I water this, the water will flow out to the bottom of what I call the legs for the litter boxes. And so everything will get watered and drained out together, which is awesome. And, you know, you're not supposed to wet it too much, because, you know, they breathe through their skin and they can drown. So you don't want to drown the worms. So just have it moist, you know. If you can like take it and squeeze it and there's water dripping out from all the things you have in here, then you definitely have way too much water. You know, it's way too wet and you need to drain it, you know, and have holes on the very bottoms so they can have drainage. Again, that's also why I did not put holes on the top, because the tops of these legs have holes so that water can come from this bucket into these. So that's why they have the holes. But this one does not have the holes, because when it rains, they can be protected so they're not too drained, you know, and drowning in there or whatever, you know. So that's something very important to keep in mind as well. For the worms, I only know of the two good ones for composting, from what I was told, is the red wigglers and the night crawlers. And in the night crawlers, there's the European kind and the African. The African ones, I believe, are the ones that I have, and the case that I got just happened to have red wigglers along with them. So I actually have both species in here, which I'm actually happy about, because the red wigglers don't really go deep, so they kind of stay at the top of things. But the night crawlers, you know, as their name is, night crawlers, they really don't like any kind of light source, so they just, you know, they'll go deeper. So I'm hoping they can over time go down and see that there's also food waste in here. You know, these are all compost working together as one. So it's awesome. Oh, can you hear the hummingbirds? Beautiful hummies. So this is, it's great. It's great. I have like the worst fear of worms, but here I am doing this, for the environment. I think it's very important. And it's the cleanest, healthiest way you can grow your vegetables or anything you have in your garden, even flowers. Because over time, this is going to turn into what people like to call basically compost, but it's like fertilizer. But I know a lot of people who use it as soil, and so that's what I'm also going to be doing. It's really, really great stuff. You can't get more organic or cleaner than that. So there you go, and it's feeding itself, and the worms are doing their work in the ecosystem, and it's all just like an ecosystem environment, and nothing goes to waste. The food that goes old, you don't have to worry or feel bad about, oh shit, like I didn't eat this, or this is old, oh no. Okay, it's old, hey, that's compost, let's throw it in the compost. Just make sure to throw some leaves and stuff on top of it to cover it up, because remember, it has to be balanced. So with that said, I'm going to also get into what to put inside the compost in more detail. So what to put in your compost is basically anything that used to be alive, just don't put any pet, sorry, there's a helicopter going around my head, so I hope you can hear me good. Let me just wait until that passes. Move this chair. All right. So, as I was saying, you have to be balanced out so that it doesn't smell and it stays healthy. And so your worms, are happy and healthy, and they don't try to escape or run out or what have you, or again, die out. So for the green material, what's considered greens is coffee grounds. Now, this is used coffee grounds. One of the cool things is you can go to any coffee store like Starbucks or Coffee Bean or anywhere else that has coffee, and you can ask them to if they can give you their used coffee grounds, and it's free. They'll be more than happy to give it to you, and if they ask you what it's for, it's good a conversation starter and to get the word out for composting. So there you go. You know what I mean? So anyway, there's also garden scraps. For example, if you see like all these leaves, you're not going to see a lot of leaves that have fallen, because I like when I collect them and put them inside the bin. But garden scraps, or here there's a lot of things dying over there, so I've been also collecting all the dead material here and adding it into my compost. Now, the coffee grounds and the leaves have so much nutrients in them for the worms. I mean, they just really love it, is what I have been told. So that is amazing stuff, coffee grounds and leaves. Food scraps, so banana peels, or even just the whole banana if it's old. But when the banana peel gets kind of ripe, but the inside banana is just fine, well, some people don't like that still. So either way, you can put that banana inside that's good and healthy in a container, put that in your refrigerator, and then you can just throw the peel that's rotting already into the compost, and there you go. Just scraps like that. Salads, I don't know, things like that, vegetables and fruits that have gone bad. You can put pasta, uncooked pasta and uncooked rice, if it's gone bad, into the compost, just as long as it's uncooked. Because if you put cooked material and you don't balance this out perfectly, because when you have cooked material, it has to be perfect. Okay, so if it's not absolutely perfectly balanced, you're gonna have other bacteria and all these things going inside your bin that's going to harm, your what is to be your soil, and you're not gonna want to use that, in your garden, or you don't want that seeping into your ground soil, which I'm trying to make into better fertile soil. As you can see, it's really messed up, so I'm hoping to fix that over time. Anyway, back to what to put in there. Again, so fresh grass clippings, everyone usually has people like, who go mowing lawns and stuff, just ask them to put it to the side and don't throw it away, and give you everything that they collect. And you can take that mountain and put it in a compost. The worms love it. So things like that. I've heard you can use fireplace ash, but that's not good. I don't recommend doing that. That has a lot of um, like extra fibers or nutrients or whatever in there that it's too much for the worms and it can kill them, and it takes away oxygen. So you don't want to do that. So for the brown material, you want to put like dry leaves. I already went through that. Again, just leaves around here, wherever. Sawdust, twigs, paper, napkins, straws, newspaper, paper. You can cut it up and put it. Like I said, the dry spaghettis also land in this category. You can put used tea bags. When the tea bags that you put like just as tea, like normally, you can just do that as long as they're used. Just things like that. Just make sure the ratio is 1 to 2. So 1 is the greens to every 2 parts browns. So that's how you keep it balanced. Again, the ratio is 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 also. So it all depends on you. But it's 1 part green to every 2 part brown, or 1 part green to every 3 part brown. Whichever you prefer, however your bucket is, it all depends on your bin. So, you always want to have more browns than greens, because again, as I said, if you have too much greens, then your compost is going to smell and no one wants that. It's going to attract things you don't want. Just cover the layers of compost with soil and leaves all the time. So as you add food scraps, and things of that such nature, you always add leaves and soil on top of it to cover it up, or something to cover it up to balance the ratio. And you want to turn it every once a month, So what you do is you get it, and some people have it in buckets like this where they can just put it on the ground and literally just roll it around. They just get it and roll it around like this and stuff with the bucket, and the stuff inside gets a chance to move. So or you can do it with your hands, or because there's worms in there, if you're using a shovel, you want to be very careful, like how I'm doing it. When you're shoveling, you want to just do it very slowly, make sure you don't harm the worms at all. And so just keep those things in mind. Just some helpful tips that, I needed help on as well when I was starting all of this. I'm still new to this, and I just got the worms though. I just started composting with worms as of yesterday, and so I'm very excited about that. So this is their official day 2 of being here. So as far as I've seen, I don't see them trying to escape. And I hope that they don't. I hope they're happy, and I hope that they're comfortable. This is the best, most eco-friendly way to garden, or to ensure healthy plants and gardens. Even at the stores, when things say it's organic, you don't want to believe that. You never know what the heck they're putting in there. But when you're gardening and doing what you can do for yourself, then you know what you're putting in your stuff. You know it's healthy. And especially when you're even doing it like this to the soil, and doing it like an ecosystem like this where nothing's going to the waste. The landfills, you're reducing methane reproduction. And that's always a great thing, especially nowadays. You know what I mean? This is amazing. And just the word needs to go out, And another thing, that other than the coffee grains, and what else did I mention? I mentioned some other things, but other than those, other great compost material that these worms and all the things in there really like is banana peels and eggshells. Now you just get the egg shell, not the egg inside, the egg shell, okay? Don't go and toss a whole egg in there, please, okay? You're gonna kill them, and your compost will not work, and it's gonna smell like crap. So please don't do that. So just the egg shells. You just get it, and you just crush it up, and you just smolder it up, and the next time I fill up my compost bin, I will be making a video to let all of you see how it works and what goes on with it. And let's see, it takes about, I don't know how long, 2 to 3 months, or since we're in the winter time, maybe it'll take 6 months. This will definitely, hopefully, be ready by springtime for me to use. That's hoping. So that should be awesome, you know? Again, just mix it up and turn it like once a month, which it's not that big of a deal. The only thing I'm worried about is I only have a total of 30 worms in here. Again, like I said, the store was, you know, the poor guys are all dead. So I hope that that's enough worms. So if not, I can always go get more. I hope I don't have to. Again, I hope that they're happy and comfortable in there. And yeah, so I will keep more updates on this again. And I hope that, you know, I was able to be helpful in some way. And I have a little garden here, and I have a garden on the other side of the house that I will also be updating about. So yeah, I'm not going to be making a video right now on it just because there's nothing really growing there yet. But as it grows, I will keep an update. So thanks, you guys. And again, this is Annie G, just trying to help you guys help the planet. Have a good day.